Lego.
Perfect.
Okay. Should we start from this one? Alright.
We're going to talk about M checks. We're going to start off at the front
Bottom of the M.
Bottom of the M. So here you've got the disc brake, the quick release there.
The main section, the hub, with the spokes surrounding it with reflectors. Also leading up to the rim of the tyre. That is the metal bit. And the tyre.
So with each of those sections you're going to do a little test. So the front brake, you're going to put on the front brake and then put some weight on that and then push it along. So Tristan will demonstrate. As you can see, the front brake works perfectly well because it's not the wheel time whatsoever.
Also, what you might want to do is check that the wheel is spinning freely. So when you lift up your bike, spin it just to check, yeah, it's working.
You want your quick release lever to be facing up or backwards, so when you're nothing will get caught in it when you're going downhill.
You also want to ensure that nothing is perhaps blocking the suspension from working effectively, and maybe just to test your suspension is working properly, put some weight on it and push down, and you'll see that it's working.
To check the headset, you want to rotate the front and then put the front brake on and then wobble it forward and backwards to check that there's no shaking or wobbling out of the ordinary, so it's all good. You obviously see some wobble because of the tyre is going to move on the ground.
But you won't see any shakeage within here.
So we start from the bottom. Spoke. So would you like
also,
check the spokes?
up here, you want to make sure that all your brake levers and such are
you squeeze the
all in alignment,
spokes,
and that your front reflector is secured tightly.
See if any are loose. If they are, that means it's
With being up here,
with the
let's
tyre.
flip it. Alright, we're just going to test the gears.
This can mean the tyre
So,
balance and
front ones, move it back up. The other ones. And this is just to check that all the gears are working properly. As you can see, all the gears are working effectively. And then make sure that when you do your gears, they're all aligned.
From there we go down, so we've gone from the bottom of the M up to the top and then we're back down to the middle. Here we're going to check the foot
Crank arm.
and the hub and the pedals themselves.
So what we want to do is we want to make sure that these are lined up straight up, and then grab them, not on the pedal because the pedal may move, but on the actual arm and wiggle it back and forth, see if there's any such movement. And then you want to inspect the pedal and make sure none of the thread is showing through, and also ensure that the pedal is actually on secured. Also, when you do this, you might as well spin the pedal to give it, make sure it is spinning properly. Repeat this process on the other side. Okay, it's all good.
Perfect. Now that we've checked the bottom of the M, we then go up to the other arc where we can check the seat hole, post, and what is it?
The
Quick release on the
quick
seat.
release on the seat post, including the lights and rear reflectors.
So for the seat, we'll make sure that it's at the right height, so it's just on your hip, just above your hip bone. That means that you can sit down and you've got good, it means you can reach the pedals when they're down at the bottom, and also you can touch the floor with your tiptoes on each side.
Also, you want to ensure that the seat is on securely. Make sure that these screws aren't loose, so when you move the seat, there's no wibble wobble. Just want to check the quick release is tight. And then from here on, move down the M once again to where we can basically
check the back
the
brake.
spokes by going around and squeezing each individual spoke on either side. So you just do that other side from the thing.
Yep.
And this is just making sure none of them are weak, so that while you're riding, none of them break off or potentially damage the rim. You also want to check the rim for any bumps to make sure that it is not damaged. And one thing we forgot to mention in the first tyre is you want to simply lift it up. You want to first check the tyre pressure. You want to push on top. You see this is a bit soft. Squeeze the sides. You can see this one needs a bit of inflating. And you also want to lift up the bike, move the wheel along just to check if there's any protruding objects that should not be in your tyre and may cause damage to the inner lining.
Yep, that's all good. We've checked. Also, again, we've got the quick release to do on, so we've got quick release on both ends. So it's got to be facing up or backwards. This one's facing up. There, so they're both facing up.
And the chain.
It's all good. We've got the chain.
We also want to make sure that the chain looks intact and isn't rusting, because this could lead to a broken chain. And
I believe that's everything.
this concludes.
See you in half.